Hello, this is Rick Gray. I just wanted to do a short talk today about a book I read recently and actually have been training some others on for the past 10 months or so. It's called The Four Disciplines of Execution. And it's really a system or an order of events, if you will, to achieve high-level goals consistently achieve your high-level goals. So we talk about some things. There's really four steps to the four disciplines. The first one is focus on the wildly important goal. And they say wildly important because there's a lot of goals that we have. There's a lot of things that we'd like to do. There's always more good ideas than there is time to do them. It's like the book Good to Great, right? The enemy of the great is good. In order to achieve greatness in something, you're going to have to say no to an awful lot of other good ideas because you can only focus on one thing at a time. Really focus on the most important, the wildly important. So that's number one. That's focus. Decide exactly and clearly what is your wildly important goal. The second thing is act on the lead measures. There's two kinds of measures that we talk about, lead measures and lag measures. Lag measures are things that are in the past, but they're the easiest to measure, so that's where most people focus on it. Let's just take an example about weight loss for a second. Let's say you wanted to lose weight. A wildly important goal might be, I want to lose 20 pounds by June 1st, 2014, right? Today is January, so by June 1st, 2014, I want to lose 20 pounds. That's a wildly important goal. It has an X to Y by when. X to Y. I want to lose 20 pounds by June 1st, 2014. X to Y by when. Now, there's two things you can measure. The lag measure is the scale. I weigh 200 pounds right now. Okay, that's a lag measure. The problem with lag measures is they're in the past. There's nothing I can do to affect it. This is what I weigh. And it's a business, from a sales company or any organization, it's a printout of how many sales did you achieve last month? What was your revenue last month? These are all lag measures. People focus on them because they're very important, number one, but number two, they're very easy to get. It's very easy to step on a scale and see what you weigh. It's very easy to pull up last month's numbers or last year's numbers and look at them. What's a lot more effective, though, is to focus, which is the second discipline, and act on the lead measures. A lead measure has two qualities. It's predictive of the goal that you want, and it's influenceable, meaning something you can affect. So in dieting, for example, or losing weight, if I want to lose 20 pounds, what are two great universal lead measures? They would be diet and exercise, right? Caloric intake, how many calories am I eating, and how many calories am I burning? Now, most people don't keep track of that. Most people keep track of what do they weigh, the lag measure. Again, the problem with that is it's in the past. So start keeping track and acting on the lead measures. For every wildly important goal you have, you need two lead measures. The reason you need two is because it's what we call a bet. We are betting that if we do these things, eat less calories, burn more calories, that we're going to hit our goal, which is lose 20 pounds by June 1st, right? This is a bet. Maybe we chose the wrong lead measure. So if you only have one, you're not going to hit your goal. So have two lead measures. The third discipline is create a compelling scoreboard. You have to know whether you're winning or losing every day, all the time. If you, the example I like to use is bowling. If you like to bowl, and we even pay you to bowl, but there's a curtain. Imagine a curtain across the alley halfway down, and you have no idea if you're hitting the pins or not and how many you're hitting. Even if you like to bowl, and we even pay you for it, you will disengage very quickly. People disengage when they don't have feedback. If you don't know if you're winning or losing, you'll disengage very quickly. So create a compelling scoreboard. It has to be simple, something you can look at right now and tell, am I on track or off track? Think of a football game. You know, there's hundreds, literally, of statistics that are being tracked at any point during the game. You know, completion percentage, yards per carry, yards after contact. You know, how many third down conversions is the team doing? Is all that stuff up on the scoreboard? Of course not. The coaches are keeping track of all that. But in the scoreboard, it's the score, the time left in the quarter, and how many timeouts. That's about it. 3 or 4 things. So you can look at the scoreboard very quickly and see, am I winning or am I losing? So you need to create a scoreboard for your goals so you don't disengage. That's number 3. And the fourth discipline is create a cadence of accountability. What that means is a regular rhythm of talking to somebody or meeting with somebody about how you're doing. Are you moving the scoreboard closer to your goal every week? And what we do in business is a weekly accountability meeting. This is what I did last week. Here's where I'm at. Here's where the scoreboard is today. And this is my commitment for next week. Very simple. But it's an accountability where you know and others know where you're at in your goal. If you let yourself off the hook and don't have the accountability piece, none of this works. And you can't create accountability until you have a goal. So they're very sequential. You have to do them in order. So focus, number one, on the wildly important. Number two is act on the lead measures. Number three is create a compelling scoreboard to keep you engaged, because people play differently when they're keeping score. That's a fact. If you're keeping score, you'll be more motivated. Just watch a group of kids from a couple of blocks away if they're playing basketball. You can tell without even hearing them if they're keeping score or not. Their intensity, their aggressiveness, their celebration, their shot selection. There's a lot of things you can tell in their body language to see if they're keeping score or not. People play differently when they're keeping score. And finally, create a cadence of accountability. You've got to have an accountability partner to keep you on track. Have a great day. If you haven't read it yet, go get the book, The 4 Disciplines of Execution. It'll improve your life.